Breaking news today. Putin discusses their peace plan for Ukraine with African leaders. As the latest in a series of mediation efforts to end Russia's war in Ukraine, on Saturday a delegation of African heads of state and senior officials will meet with President Vladimir Putin in St. Petersburg. TASS cited Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov as saying that presidents from South Africa, Senegal, Zambia, and the Comoros, as well as the Prime Minister of Egypt, and officials from Uganda and the Republic of the Congo, would be present. Discussions with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday set the stage for this gathering. According to Peskov, Putin and South African President Cyril Ramaphosa will meet separately. There has been no public disclosure of the specifics of Africa's proposals to end the fighting in Ukraine. On Friday, Reuters reported that, based on a draft framework document, they might propose confidence-building measures such as a Russian troop withdrawal, the suspension of an arrest warrant for Putin issued by the International Criminal Court, the removal of tactical nuclear weapons that have begun arriving in Belarus, and the easing of sanctions. More. Putin is the only hope for a cornered Ramaphosa in Africa's next big thing. It will be difficult for African leaders to persuade the warring parties to put down their weapons. Putin is unlikely to agree to the conditions for a troop withdrawal, and Zelensky has rejected any deal that involves Ukraine ceding territory to Russia. After meeting with the African leaders on Friday, Zelensky said, "Ukraine wants peace more than anyone, but we won't achieve diplomacy with Russia while they are on our territory." President Macky Sall of Senegal responded, "When you're fighting, you still probably need to have place for a dialogue." Aiming for neutrality. In May, Ramaphosa announced the mission. The African states are joining France and China in leading separate interventions to try to end the war, which will soon have lasted for 16 months. To maintain its neutrality in the largest European conflict since World War II, the vast majority of Africa's 55 nations voted against United Nations resolutions condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The conflict has had a devastating impact on Africa and the rest of the developing world by disrupting trade and driving up the price of staple commodities like grain and fertilizer. This week, Putin dropped hints that Russia may withdraw from an agreement reached between Turkey and the United Nations last summer that would have allowed Ukraine to ship grains from Black Sea ports without fear of attack. Millions of tons of wheat, corn, and other foodstuffs have been shipped since August, in part due to the pact, and this has helped to stabilize the global grain market. Despite repeated threats to leave the pact, Moscow extended it in mid-May for another 2 months. South Africa's predicament is unique due to the war. However, as a member of the International Criminal Court, it would be obligated to carry out an arrest warrant issued by the tribunal for Putin should he attend the upcoming August meeting of heads of state from the BRICS nations. With no ICC members in China, Pretoria is now thinking about moving the meeting there.